Hello, my dear students of 4th primary. How are you? Now, after learning the strategies that help us in 1-digit and 2-digit multiplication and in division as well, we will start today with Unit 8, which is called Order of Operations Together. The unit consists of one concept, and through it, we will start by reviewing problem-solving strategies. Then we will learn about the order of mathematical operations, which will help us اللي هتساعدنا to solve problems accurately. We will apply هنطبق all of that by answering multi-step story problems, and we will learn how to write equations that explain the solution. In all addition, subtraction, multiplication, division lessons, we have learned تعلمنا how to use different strategies to solve each mathematical operation we learned. Today's lesson is lesson 1, which is called problem solving strategies. In this lesson, we will be able هنقدر إن احنا نطبق problem solving strategies to every mathematical operation accurately and effectively. This will help us ده هيساعدنا to connect between different operations عشان نربط ما بين different operations. Now, let's start our lesson with the activity information gap in access part in your book, page 331. Now we have two groups of cards. Like you see here, I have two groups of cards. One group containing numbers, في group منهم فيها numbers, وواحدة تانية containing mathematical operation symbols. السيمبلز دي زي ايه؟ زي addition أو subtraction أو multiplication أو division. Okay, now we will draw two cards. هاخد two cards from the group of numbers. يبقى أنا كده هاخد two numbers and one card only from the group of symbols. وهعمل إيه؟ هعمل البروبلم بتاعتي and then I will solve it using the strategy we know. Let's do this activity all together and see what kind of problem we will be able to create and solve. Now, let's draw one card from this numbers. Okay, this 3. Let's draw another card from this group. It will be, for example, 6. So here I have 3 and 6. تعالوا بقى نختار السيمبل بتاعتنا which will be plus. Okay, so what should I do? Yes, first of all, I will go and write this problem on the board. Let's do it all together. طيب, let's write the problem on the board. Here I have 6 and 3 and my symbol is plus. Let's write it. يبقى first I will put the biggest number which is 6. Okay, then I will put my symbol which is plus and I will put the second number which is 3. So my problem is 6 plus 3. I will make addition. I will add these two numbers. So, yes, it's very easy. 6 plus 3 equals what? Of course, 6 plus 3 equals 9. So, I will write the answer here. Okay, now let's make another round. Yalla, let's do it. Okay, and now I will choose two numbers and one symbol. Okay, let's start. I will choose, for example, the first number, which is 24. I will choose another number from here. Look, it is 3. Okay, I have 24 and 3. And now I will choose symbol. Okay, I will choose this symbol, which is multiplication. Okay, now let's write it on the board and solve it all together. Here I have 24, 3, and times. Okay, here we have two numbers like you see 24 and 3 and my symbol is times. Let's write the equation. I will put 24 here beside it my symbol which is the multiplication and then the second number which is 3. Okay. As you know, here I will choose my strategy, so I will solve it using the standard algorithm. Okay, to multiply these two numbers using standard algorithm, I must put them under each other, right? So I will write 24 Of course, I must start with the biggest number, which is 24. Under it, I will put 3, and I multiply these two numbers, right? Okay, first of all, I will start with the ones. So, 3 times 4 equals what? 3 times 4, we all know that 3 times 4 equals 12. 2 is the ones, so I'll put 2 down, and 1 is tens, so I will carry up 1. Then, what should I do? Of course, I will multiply 3 by the ones. So, 3 times 2 equals what? 3 times 2 equals 6. And don't forget to add the 1. So, 6 plus 1 equals what? 6 plus 1 equals 72. That means in 24 times 3 equals what? Equals 72. And this is the standard algorithm way. I hope you understand these two equations very well. And you can enjoy this activity in your class with your friends and form groups of 3 using the numbers and operations cards that your teacher will have, and share your responses with the rest of the class. Okay? And now from our study, we have learned what? Yes, from our study, we have learned about a group of strategies for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and how to use them to answer problems. Let's now review these strategies and remind ourselves of it in build on page 331 in your school book in the activity strategies we know. Now, we will answer a bunch of different problems using the strategies we have learned. And now let's start problem number 1. Problem number 1 here, we want to add 349 plus 199. 349 plus 199. Okay, now we want to add these two numbers using the addition strategies we learned. We could solve it using what? Using the compensation strategy to get a benchmark. So, if we add 1 to 199, we will get what? Yes, we will get 200, right? 200. Then, what should I do? We could then add it to 349. يبقى هعمل 349 plus 200 equals what? Yes, when I add these two numbers, the answer will be 549, right? Okay. Then, here we have to subtract it. So, 549 minus 1, مش هنا أنا عملت plus 1. يبقى ال plus 1 اللي أنا عملتها دي لازم أعمل minus 1 from the answer. So, when I make 549 minus 1, the answer will be 548, and this is my final answer. This is the answer to adding 349 plus 199. So my answer is 548. Okay? Now, someone else might use any other strategy like what? Like addition with regrouping or decomposing the numbers. And you will get the same answers using any strategy. Now, problem number 2. Let's solve problem number 2. I want here to subtract 455 from 9,230. Let's write it all together. And عندي هنا 9,230 minus what? Minus 455. Like you see here, this is problem number 2. Let's solve it using the subtraction with regrouping strategy. So I will write the problem under each other's or vertically. I will start, of course, with the biggest number, which is 9,230, and I will write down 455. Then I will subtract these two numbers. Okay? I will start subtracting from the ones, of course. طيب can I make 0 minus 5? Can I subtract 5 from 0? Of course no, it doesn't work. So what should I do? I will borrow 1 from the tens. So I will borrow 1, 0 will be 10 and 3 will be 2, right? Now 10 minus 5 gives me what? 10 minus 5 equals 5. So I will write the answer here. Then let's move to the tens. Can I subtract 5 from 2? Of course no. So what should I do? I will borrow 1 from the 100. This 2 will be 12 and this 2 will be 1. So can you make 12 minus 5? Yes, of course. 12 minus 5 equals what? 12 minus 5 gives me 7. I'll put here under the ones place. So I move now to the 100. Can I subtract 4 from 1? Of course, no, it doesn't work. So what should I do? Again, I will borrow 1 from the 1000, right? So this will be 11 and 9 will be 8. Now, can you subtract 11 minus 4? Yes, of course. 11 minus 4 gives me 7, right? So I will write 7 here. What about the 8? Yes, I will put the 8 as it is. So the answer is 8,775. And now let's move to problem number 3. Now problem number 3, it is multiplication problem. We want to multiply two numbers by each other. So let's write it all together. Okay, problem number 3 says that he wants me to multiply 62 by 18. تعالوا نكتبها الأول. 62 times 18. Okay, so what should I do? In the last unit, we have learned about multiplication strategies, right? Let's choose the partial product algorithm to solve this problem. Now, we will write the two numbers vertically or under each other. And I will start by the greatest number, of course, which is 62. And under it, I will write the 18. Okay? Then, what should I do? I will multiply 8 times 2, right? Okay? تعالوا كده نعمل 8 times 2. 8 times 2 gives me what? Of course, 8 times 2 gives me 16. أول حاجة هكتبها 8 times 2 gives me 16. Then, what should I do? Yes, I will multiply 8 times 60, right? 8 times 60. 8 times 60 gives me what? I know that 8 times 6, 48. يبقى the answer is 480, right? Then, what should I do? Yes, I will move to the tens. هعمل 10 times 2, right? 10 times 2 equals what? Of course, 10 times 2 gives me 20. So I will write it under the ones and tens. And the last number, what should I do? I'll multiply 10 times 60. Why? Because both of them are tens. So 10 times 60 equals to 600. Then what should I do? I will add all these numbers. Okay, I will add all these numbers. So the answer will be, as you see here, 1160. And now let's move to problem number 4. Problem number 4 here, he wants me to make division. Okay, I will divide two numbers by each other. Let's do it all together. Okay, let's write problem 4 all together. Here, he wants me to divide what by what? Yes, 678 by 6. 678 divided by 6. Okay, now we will divide these two numbers in division. We learned about strategies that help us when dividing. We could apply the standard algorithm to solve our problem. تعالوا نحلها بطريقة standard algorithm. I will write the problem down and then place the dividend and the divisor in its places. تعالوا كده نكتبها مع بعض. يبقى I will set up my problem, put the dividend here in this place, and put the divisor here in this place. Okay, then I will start by dividing the number with the greatest value, which is what? Yes, of course, which is 6. ناخد بالنا إن 6, its value is 600, right? Okay, so 6 divided by 6 equals what? 6 divided by 6. Let's remember first the steps, division, then multiplication, and then subtraction. So 6 divided by 6 equals what? Of course 1, right? So I put the 1 here. Then what should I do? I will multiply, right? Multiply 100 times 6. Here 100 times 6 gives me what? Of course 100 times 6 gives me 600. And then what about the third step? The third step, I will subtract these two numbers, 678 minus 600. The answer is what? Of course, the answer is 78. Type, look here, I have 78, so I repeat all the steps again. I will start from the division, then multiplication, and then subtraction. First of all, I will make divide. Okay, now we will divide 7 by 6, right? 7 divided by 6 gives me what? Yes, it gives me 1. Okay, I'll put it here. After division, multiplication, I will multiply 10 times 6. This one, the value of it is 10. So 10 times 6 equals what? 7 times 6 equals 260. Last step, I will do subtraction. 78 minus 60 gives me what? Of course, gives me 18. Okay, again, here I have 18. So I'll repeat all the steps once more, starting from the division. Type, who can tell me 18 divided by 6 equals what? Yes, of course, I know that 3 times 6 gives me 18. So I will write 3 here. Second step, I will multiply. 3 times 6 gives me 18. I'll put it here. The last step is subtraction. I will make 18 minus 18 equals 0. When I reach 0, so I have finished all my problem. So the answer of this problem is what? Is 113, and I don't have any remainder. And now, after remembering some of the strategies we have learned, let's head to the activity Solve It on page 332 in your school book. Here we will answer a group of problems, but first we will estimate the answer. And then I will choose the strategy that gives us an accurate answer. I'll give you now some time to answer problem number 3. When we get back, we will answer it all together. And now, after you have finished, let's solve problem number 3 all together. Here in problem number 3, you want me to multiply 6 by 127. 127 times 6. Okay, so I will start with estimation first. I will estimate the answer. طيب تعالوا estimate 127 to 100, right? 127 to 100. Then multiply 6 by 100. Hey, 6 times 100 gives me what? Yes, 6 times 100 gives me 600. يبقى هعمل 100 times 6 or 6 times 100 gives me 600. Okay? That is the estimated answer. الانسر ده هو الاستيميشن بتاعي. In the previous activity, we solved the multiplication problem using the partial product strategy, right? Let's solve this one using the standard algorithm. I will solve this problem using the standard algorithm. So I will write the two numbers under each other. Of course, I will start with the biggest number, 127 times 6. Then, what should I do? Yes, I will start with the ones place. هعمل ايه؟ هعمل 6 times 7. Hey, 6 times 7 equals what? Of course, 6 times 7, 42. I will write it here. 2 is ones, so I'll put it here. And 4 is the tens. I'll carry up 4 on the tens. Then, what should I do? I will multiply the tens. يبقى 6 times 2. 6 times 2 equals what? 12, of course. And don't forget to add the 4. So 12 plus 4 gives me what? 16. I'll put the 6 down and carry up 1. Then last step, I will multiply 6 by 1. 6 times 1 equals what? 6. Don't forget to add the 1. So 6 plus 1 gives me 7 in the 100 place. So my answer or my product is 762. 127 times 6 equals to 762, and this is my answer. Now I am sure all of you noticed, كلكم لاحظتوا the difference between the estimated answer and the actual answer, which is 600 and 762, right? Okay, now let's move to problem number 4. Problem number 4, here we are asked to add 9284 to 371. تعالوا نعملها كده مع بعض. Let's write it all together. Here, the first number is 9284. I will add this number with what? Plus 371. 371. طيب, before solving this problem, I want to estimate the number first. Now, if we round each number to the nearest 100, so I will circle the 100 and look next digit like you see here. Okay, then I will round each one to the nearest 100. 9284, I will round it to the nearest 100 to be 9300. Okay, when I round 371 to the nearest 100, the answer will be 400, right? So, if I add these two numbers, the answer will be what? The answer will be 9700, and this is my estimated answer. And now, let's add the two numbers together using the break up and bridge strategy. So, we'll decompose each number. Can you remember? I will decompose each number and add the 1000 with the 1000, 100 with the 100, tens with the tens, and ones with the ones. تعالوا نعملها كده مع بعض. I will start with the first number. يبقى I will decompose it into 9000 plus 200 plus 80 plus 4. Then I will decompose the second number, which will be 300 plus 70 plus 1. Okay? Then, what should I do next? Yes, I will add the ones together, the tens together, 100 together, and 1000 together. تعالوا نعملها مع بعض. Here I have 4 plus 1 equals 5. Yes, 80 plus 70 equals what? 150. I write it here. And 200 plus 300 gives me 500. And in the thousands, I will put 9,000, right? Then what should I do? I will add all these numbers. So the answer will be 9,655. Okay? And this will be very close to the estimated number, which is 9,700. Now, I am sure you can answer the rest of all the problems by the same way, choosing the strategy that is more suitable and very easy for you to solve with it. And now, after reviewing together the different strategies, we will find the question in Connect part on your school book in page 332. Let's see it all together. And now here in the Connect part, let's check the question to see how we can answer it. The question is, like you see here, السؤال بيقول لي إيه? Why it is very important to learn to use a strategy that is efficient and effective when solving a math problem. Here we want to explain our thinking using words, numbers, or pictures. I want you to think of the answers and share them with your friends and your teacher in your class. And now, let's head to practice part on page 333 in your school book. Let's see the practice part. Here, we will be able to use more than one strategy while answering the questions. And of course, we solved similar problems to the ones we had during our lesson. Now I'll give you time to think about problem number 4, and when we get back, we will discuss the answer all together. And now after you have finished, I am sure each one of you has thought about answering using a strategy that is suitable and easy for you. Let's subtract 188 from 8,572. Okay, now let's see how can we do problem number 4. We could solve it by using what? By using compensation strategy, by making a benchmark strategy, benchmark number. Now we can notice that the benchmark a benchmark closer to 188. Yes, the benchmark is 200. أقرب benchmark ل 188 is 200. طب ده معناه إن أنا I add how many numbers? Yes, I add 12. يعني لو عملت 188 plus 12 it will give me the benchmark which is 200. طيب تعالوا بقى let's subtract 200 from the biggest number. يعني هعمل إيه؟ هعمل 8572 minus 200. Okay, so the answer will be what? The answer will be 8372, right? طيب I increase the subtrahend, right? مش أنا عملت plus 12 ل 188. طيب يبقى لازم أعمل إيه؟ We have to add what we increased. So I will add 12 to the answer. يبقى هعمل الانسر اللي هو 8372 plus 12, right? 8372 plus 12 gives me what? Yes, gives me 8384, and this is my final answer. And now this is the correct difference between these two numbers. My answer is 1384. Of course, if you use any other strategy, ممكن نستخدم أي strategy تاني، في الآخر لازم يطلع لنا نفس الانسر. Now we can complete the rest of the practice problems, and you can also improve your skills in applying strategies to solve problems by heading to check your understanding found in the digital version on the Egyptian Knowledge Bank. You can access it by scanning the code shown here on the screen or at the start of the lesson. I hope you found today's lesson very helpful, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you so much for your watching.